planet are you from, girl? And are there others like you there? And could you do that magic trick again? Popping up from nowhere. Though my planet's full of warfare, you make it feel like a dream. Man, I hope they never find you.
Hi guys, welcome to Fab Diary's first ever makeup tutorial. My name is Orla. I'm going to do a look that I've done in a blog post before, but I thought it was really good to show you on camera so you know exactly what I'm doing, because I know it's difficult when you're reading to know exactly what I mean when I'm talking about different parts of the look. So what I'm going to do is a smoky eye, but I'm going to use like oranges and browns and not just do your typical black and grey smoky eye. I'm going to start off, you're going to see that I use this shadow in literally like every look I do. It's MAC, it's called Texture. It's amazing. I can safely say it's my favourite eyeshadow ever. Like, you can wear it on its own all the time. You can wear it in different looks. So what I'm doing is taking blank canvas, big fluffy brush. The name has been scrubbed off, I'm sorry. But I have the name of it in blog posts. But literally what I'm doing is just buffy it into the crease. You don't have to be too careful with it or anything. It depends on your eye shape. Like, I have loads of room between my socket and my brow. Depends. If your eyes are smaller, then leave like still a good few inches. Is that inches? I don't know. I don't know those things. But anyway, leave space, because you don't want to bring it all the way up. And I'm also taking it along my lower lash line. Now it looks crazy and it looks so big and smudgy, but when the look is coming together, it will look normal. I swear. Okay, so we're just keeping it around here. You can take it right in, because this makes it really smoky. And you can just like lightly take it over your lid. Don't nothing too much. Okay, so I like have to show you the song for a minute because I'm just singing it in my head. I feel like if I listen to it, that I'll be fine. But like, it's very good. Just in case you're wondering, I don't know the person that sings this or anything. I just have recently discovered it. Yeah. Don't mind me. There's something about you. But yeah, give it a really good blend. Don't worry about taking it out here because we'll be concealing that afterwards. Maybe. I'll see what I think. Maybe we might like the messy look. Okay, so like, you just have to listen to the song for a minute. Isn't it really good? It's like really making me... Tina likes the song. It's really making me want to go out, so we're gonna go out later. Because we're like... Okay, back to the tutorial. Okay, so next, I'm like trying to wipe off my palette now because it just looks all dusty. So this is a 15 palette that I just made myself. I'll show you my palettes in a video someday if you want to see them. Maybe you don't want to see them. So I'm going to use Carbon, which is like... No, I'm not. I lied. I'm going to use Handwritten, which is like it's just like your typical matte chocolate brown. It's dark enough, but you can really distinguish that it's chocolate brown. There's no like black pigment in it or anything like that. So I'm taking, this is the brush that I just used, so it's quite a big fluffy brush. This is the one that I'm going to use now, so it's a bit more narrow and it has a tapered edge. So I use this technique like all the time, but it's really hard for me to explain to you how to do it in writing. So I'm like so glad I can show you in this now. So what I'm doing is take it right into the crease. Now, this is going to look so messy when you're doing it. If you haven't used this technique before or done a thing like this before, please don't give up, because it will be lovely when it's blended. So it'll look all out of shape in a minute, but we'll be blending it out with the bigger brush. So just take it. Make sure that your brush is resting right into your crease. Really feel it into the socket. And you can see that there's smokiness, but it's not coming up into the orangey brown into the texture. So what you want to make sure you're doing is that you're not blending the brown over the orange because that will take away from the graduated look we're going for. So then to blend it out more, go back in with your big fluffy brush with nothing on it and blend it. And again, when you're blending it, try not to take the brush up here. If you do take the brush up there, don't worry about it. You can go back in with your orange in a minute and even it out. Oh look, just put black on my face. Never mind, we'll clean that up in a minute. So just give it a really good blend. Again, just really getting into the socket. And then if you feel like you're after blending it out too much, don't worry about it. Sorry, just getting rid of the black there. Very unprofessional, really. So yeah, we're just blending out the browns. You can see it's really graduated, looks really good. I hope you think. I'm going to go into the other eye. Major thing with eyeshadow with me is like, make sure you don't have that much product on the brush because that's when it gets messy. It's much easier to build it, adding more product, than trying to take it down afterwards. Because there's nothing worse than being like really happy with your skin and then having to take everything off because your eye's messed up. So I feel like the eyes aren't concentrated enough and that there's not enough brown. So I'm going back in again. Again, really sticking with putting it into the crease. And see the way it's going all over my lid there? Don't worry about that, we'll clean that up after. That actually really adds to the smokiness of it anyway, to be honest. So then go back in with your fluffing brush. Give it a good blend. And like stop and have a look. See what you think. If you feel like it's getting too brown, go back in with your orange and blend it with it. Now again, don't use loads of product, but like you really have to step back and have a look. It's like, you know, when you pluck your eyebrows when you're young and you go mad and then when you're finished you're like, so you have to stop in between. Going back in again with our brown. See the way it looks really messy when you do it first. But then when we blend, it'll be beautiful. I'm thinking like at the end of this month, maybe I could do March favourites because today's the 1st of March. Yay! So I might do March favourites. Would you like that? Let me know if you would. Please let me know as well what you think of this video and like anything you think I should change or anything you'd like me to do that I'm not doing or anything. But like, don't be cruel now, guys. Just a person. I realised like from our first video, the introduction video, if you haven't seen it, it's like our first video. I have like the weirdest mannerisms ever. I like do this all the time. I didn't realise I did that. And I said it to one of the girls, I was like, oh, I must have been nervous for the video. And she was like, no, you actually do that all the time. I was like, why did nobody tell me this? Okay, so now I'm taking a flat brush. It's just a small little thing. But these are so handy for fine detail. And I'm taking it really into the crease. I'm using a really small amount of black. If you find it hard to get colour into your crease, look up and put the brush in along here. Then take your fluffy brush, this one, blend. There's something about you. I can't stop singing it, guys. Taking the black in again, really small amount of product. There's something about you. And like, if you haven't done this before, just be patient. It might turn out exactly the way you wanted the first time, but you will get there. Sorry now, like I'm totally going to smur. But the sun is beating down, I cannot see. It's like, just blend. You can see it's getting really smoky, but we're still seeing loads of orange, which is what we want. Because like smoky eye, like everyone does smoky eye now, and like I love a good smoky eye, but I never do it the normal conventional way. I always like try to have something different in it, because your makeup would just look the same all the time otherwise. And you have to switch it up a bit. So I'm just like keep adding and blending until you're happy with the intensity of the black. And just like keep stepping back and having a look and blend, like, and as well, you can never blend too much. You really can't. Something is too dark, blend. Something is too light, add more colour and blend. Then I'm taking the black again on the same brush and bring it like tiny bit out over the brown. Then, okay, I do this all the time and I don't feel it because I'm used to it. I don't use eye pencils like eyeliner, I use eyeshadow instead. So I'm using black eyeliner or black eyeshadow on my waterline. It doesn't hurt me because I'm used to it. It kind of feels like you're putting sand in your eye if you're not used to it, but your eyes will get used to it. So that's kind of like the eyes finished in terms of eyeshadow. But I'm just going to finish it off with highlighter. This is my favourite highlighter ever. No one will ever replace this because it's my number one.
Sorry.
Tina's making noise in the background. It's called Floof. It is amazing. It's kind of like a blue toned white, but it's got like pinky pigments in it. When I'm putting it on, I put it under my brow bone, and I wear a lot of it as well because I like a really intense highlight. And I wear it into my tear duct, and again a lot of it, and I bring it out a little bit into the bottom lower lash line. You don't have to do it as intense as that. Tina's taking selfies in the background because the lighting is good.
So good.
She's loving herself. When you're doing the highlight as well on top like that, it can kind of overshadow. Do you get it? Overshadow eyeshadow. It can kind of overshadow the orange, so like you can blend over that in a minute. Going back in with your white again. There's something about you. And like this colour as well, like goes really nicely with texture, the orange colour, because they're so different. So I'm just like blending as well where the orange and the white meet, so it doesn't look severe. I hate harsh lines in shadow. I hate unblended looking things. Okay, so now we're going to move on to liner. I know some people hate liner because they find it hard to do. Sorry, I'm just can't see there, but don't worry about it. But yeah, some people hate liner because they find it hard to do. It is hard to do if you're not used to it. But I've been rocking the liner for ages. I started wearing it when I was about 14 or 15. Much to my mother's dismay because I couldn't do it and I looked like Amy Winehouse gone wrong. Loved Amy Winehouse, by the way. She was definitely my inspiration for the liner. So what my fave is, I have two favourite liners. Collection 2000s liner, the felt tip liner, is like, oh my god. It's only like €3 or €4 and it's unbelievable. It doesn't wear, like the colour doesn't wear for months. It starts to fade then, so you know it's going, but it's unreal and it's a very good one if you find liner hard. What I'm using at the moment is the Benefit Their Real liner. It's unbelievable. So you have like your little felt tip. It's not felt tip, it's like an angled rubber tip, and then it's gel liner, so it's matte gel liner. So it's really easy because you can get it right in to the lash line, so there's no gaps or anything like that. So my tips for getting your liner right is, I always start in the middle. I always do it in strokes. If you can hear whistling, that's my father coming up the hall. And like, it's literally just like playing around with that. He's singing there now as well, if you can hear that. I kind of hope he can, to be honest. And now he's entering the room. Yeah, I'm filming a video.
What?
I'm filming a video.
Are you filming a video?
With the camera. Bye, so.
I'm going for some.
So he's still in the room. This is my dad, if you can see him passing there. Say hello, Wills.
I made a mistake. I thought this was my room.
Bye.
So I did.
Keep it real. Oh, he's still here. But anyway, this is how I do my liner. Seeing as though he's not getting out, I'm going to make him in the video now. So then I turn the tip the other way, so I have the pointed tip facing outward when I want to do my wing. When I'm wearing lashes, I don't do my liner full on. I like start it and then finish it when I have my lashes on over it. My father is agreeing with me. Because you'll find your liner way easier to do if you have a pair of lashes on. I'll show you in a minute what I mean.
My lash was a different thing.
Like, he's being funny now here in the background, but he doesn't realise he's going to be in the video. Making him an overnight internet sensation. There's something about you, do. And with this liner as well, a lot of people like turn the thing too much and then loads of product comes out. But like literally turn it twice and that's enough, and then twist it again if you feel like you need more. Okay, so I finished my liner off camera because we'd be here forever. Now I'm gonna put on mascara. It's the new mascara from Benefit. It's called Roller Lash. It's unreal. I'm sure like you have all tried their reel, nearly everyone has. And I was obsessed with their reel. And when this came out I was like, I'm not gonna like it now because I love their reel. But, oh my gosh. I'm putting on a little bit because I'm putting on lashes. But I'd always recommend to put on a liquid mascara before you do your lashes, because you'll be able to see the lashes because they'll be lighter in colour than the falsies. The ones I'm putting on are number 204 from Allure. Allure are my favourite lashes ever because I like really dramatic eyelashes. I love Pennies or Primark, whatever, wherever you're from, depends on where you are. Lashes as well because like they're so inexpensive. But for like really dramatic nighttime ones, I love the Allures. Okay, so I'm just taking my fluffy blender again. I'm just blending a little bit into the crease because a little bit of mascara got on it. Okay, so I'm going to let my mascara dry before I put on my... Okay, so these are the 204s. They're unreal. I always use the tweezers, but recently I have been like remarketing and updating their stuff, and like a little applicator comes with them. So I'm going to use that to show you what I think and to see does it actually make it easy. So these lashes are huge. They're a double set of lashes. They're really dark. They're really big. I have like big eyes, so I don't ever have to trim lashes. And these like wing out really far on the outside, so they're a bit draggy to be totally honest with you. But I love them. The Allure glue is really good as well, I think. Like you can't beat duo glue, but Allure is really good as well. I'm just going to let that go tacky for a sec. Like for people as well who find lashes really difficult to put on, I think number one, you have to have a tweezers or something, because you just get more balance and you have more control when you're putting them on. As well, make sure there's plenty glue, and always give them a chance for the glue to go kind of dry first, because if it's too wet when it's going on, it's just not gonna work, you guys. As well, I always like place the lashes into the center. I feel like I'm not gonna get on with this applicator. I always place them into the center of the eye first, let that dry, and then like glue them from side to side. Okay. Let's see how I get on with this. Oh my god, guys, it actually does make it way easier. So like, I just place them in like that first, and then just like pop them down with my finger and like make them feel like, do you feel at home here? I feel like they do. Tina's laughing. And then she remembered that this was the video. And just make sure they're like as close to the lash line as possible. And always measure them up against your own eye first. And trim them. Always trim them from the outside as well, not the inside. Now, yeah, they're kind of huge, but I love them. Tina just said there that I'm definitely not going to shower before I go out because I couldn't be doing this all over again. Yeah guys, like I definitely rate this applicator. Like it's just like a little plastic tweezers thing, but it totally helps. So thanks Laura for helping us out with that. As well, in case you're wondering, because of the products that I'm using and stuff, everything that I'm using I bought out of my own money, and I'm not being like told to tell everyone this is amazing. So all of this is my own stuff that I bought myself. Look at it, it's such a handy little guy. As well, the glue is white and looks really messy, but that will dry clear. I'm not able for how creaky this stool is, lads. I haven't said lads for ages in the video and I thought I was after forgetting that, but I just did it again. Yeah, I do. Just make sure it's right down into the lash line and fix them up. Make sure you feel comfortable with the way they're positioned. Oh my gosh! This is the whole situation. I evened out my liner and like made it go out further because when the lashes are so big. I know this look isn't it for everyone, especially with the size of the lashes, but this is like my usual going out look. Caked to the last. Yeah, so that's it. Hope you like it. I'm just gonna finish off my look the way I always do. Pair of hoops. Can't go wrong. Got these in pennies. I think they were €3. And as well, an old spritz of trusty Fix Plus. You can't go wrong really, guys. On a serious note though, thanks so much for watching. Sorry if I was like all over the place and you didn't know what I was saying and I took ages to do things because it's my first makeup tutorial. Really hope you like it. Like, subscribe, comment, all those kind of things, and please let me know what you want me to do in the next one. Thanks, bye! If you're looking for me, you can